if you feel like, oh my God, you're friends with your ex, and that must mean that you still want you, get the kick rocks. Kick rocks.
No chains, no rules, no safe words. This is Unbounded with Christopher Allen.
Alright, welcome to the Unbounded podcast, a podcast with no chains, no rules, and no safe words. It's your boy, Christopher Allen, back again with my main man. Boy, look, happy Monday. No better way to start off the week than with you here with me.
And with us, tag team back again.
Yes. So, today's topic. Can you or you...
Wait a minute. You forgot one of the sponsors, man.
Oh, see, look at me. I'm so ready into this daggone topic. Sponsored by Jay Johnson, Value Auto Care. Link in the description below, and Drinking Days Custom Homebrew Booze. Get you some, please.
Tell all your friends about it, too.
Because you might get drunk. All right. Topic. Can you or should you be friends with your ex? I put the topic out there. Y'all responded in mass.
Fuego.
The fullest of force.
Fuego. But before we get to that, I want to hear your thoughts. Now, again, I read all the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all will probably see me in the comments if you follow me on any of my social medias, but this ain't about me.
Yep.
I read the comments and I know what the people think, but I want to hear it with this good ear, the good ear right here. Tyson tried to get this one, but we'll talk about that later. The good ear. What are your thoughts? Can you be friends with your ex? Go.
Yes, you can. You absolutely can. I have several exes that I'm friends with.
Name 6.
I ain't no names.
Okay.
But,
Smart. Just tell me.
Yeah. Dude, you was trying to catch me. Trying to catch me on that shucky ducky.
Quack, yeah.
But yeah, I think it can be done. There are exes that I'm friends with. There are exes that I don't talk to. One in particular who just won't talk to me, and that's okay. That's okay. If it were up to me, I could still have a friendship with this person. But they not ready for that. That's all right. But it really depends, for me at least, on the number one. Why did you break up? Did the breakup expose something about this person's character that even if you were to just retain them in your life as a friend, it still would not be acceptable? For example, and I'm literally making it up. If say she I don't know, disrespected your family, like at a dinner or something like that.
She talked shit about your mama at Thanksgiving dinner?
Yeah, that, you got the breakup and you can't come back from that.
And she's still breathing?
Right. Nah, because stuff like that, even if you did that as a friend, I'd still have to put you out. But if it's just stuff where, hey, the relationship didn't work out because, hell, even if you cheated, I've come back from cheating and have exes who still talk to me. Granted, our relationship is not the same as it used to be, and that's okay. But we still salvage what we could. I have exes who I'm much more tight with. But I also hear a lot about it being disrespectful to be friends with an ex of yours. Caitlin made an excellent point about this. Where it's saying whether you're single, if you are single or not attached to somebody, then it's okay. But if you're with somebody and you want something serious out of it, then it's disrespectful to still be friends with that ex. Disrespectful to your new partner and your relationship in general, which I just have to categorically disagree with, just based on my experiences. Now, Caitlin may have had her own experiences that I have not experienced at all, where she says, hey, can't do it. Can't do it. But for me, it's a level of maturity. I think all the cases in which I ended up being friends with exes, it was never immediate. There was always like this cooling off period, sometimes months, sometimes years. But we finally came back together. We decided to bury the hatchet and say, hey, past is the past. What you did was fucked up, but we can be alright.
You gotta indicate that part that it was fucked up.
Yeah.
That I want you to know, like, okay, we are cool, we can shake hands on this, but before we do, what you did is fucked up.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You know. Yeah. You never asked me a question, but I'm gonna go ahead and answer.
That's all right. I want to, because I want to know what you think.
What I'm gonna do is I'm always gonna do this. I'm always gonna do this part. I'm gonna revert to the topics. I'm gonna revert to the comments on this.
You have your way with it.
One person in particular said something, and I'm not speaking for them. I'm just gonna read their comment, and then I'm gonna elaborate my opinion based off of it because I agree. Megan said, it really depends on the severity of the relationship and why y'all broke up. I don't see an issue with being friends after a breakup if the two people can handle the friendship. 110% agree. You know what? I'm about to go ahead and like that right now. Yeah, absolutely. Do I feel like people can be friends after a breakup? To an extent. And while I'll explain what I mean by an extent. But ultimately, yes. First of all, it's 2019. If you ain't grown by now, because most of the people we listen to, especially our age, I'm not going to tell you how old we are, but we all should be grown by now. Like, and if you feel like, oh my God, you're friends with your ex, and that must mean that you still want get the kick rocks, because again, you already starting off on the wrong foot if you're feeling that. But with that comment, like, I have exes, and one in particular, I'm not gonna name her out, but one in particular will call me from time to time. You know, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing like that, just to talk about, you know, something that's happened or whatever. And I don't reject them. I don't turn them down. I don't disregard or whatever. If I'm with my significant other, I'll explain, hey, she called. Like, you know, she called, this is what we talked about, whatever. Like, and then we keep it pushing because, you know, again, that is the bond and the strength that I have with the person, you know, excuse me, let me rephrase, almost told a lie. That would be the bond and the strength that I would like to have with somebody. You know, the fact that, you know, if this happens or whatever the case may be, that it's not an automatic assumption that, oh, I'm holding on to the past, or oh, I still got feelings for them. No, it's me being a decent human being to somebody who was close to me at one point, you know, but clearly not as close to me as you are. Because if they were, I would still be with them. You know what I mean? Like, it's about the strength and severity of more so with your relationship than it would be your friendship. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's something, it's definitely something that needs to maintain on the level of friendship. As in we are just friends. So we're not going to do nothing outside of the norm that friends would do. You know, so set boundaries. Don't call me after a certain time unless it's an emergency or whatever. Something severe is going on or whatever. No, I'm not coming to your house to hang out with you without my significant other. No, I'm not going out in public with you to hang out without my significant other. Blase, blah. But that, you know, again, that comes from setting the boundaries of your friendship to your relationship. You know, and again, that's something that was addressed in another topic. If that's something that you feel like that you aren't strong enough to handle, or if the other person feels disrespected by it or whatever, then you make a choice between, you know, whether or not you want to maintain a friendship with this person or whether you want to value your relationship. But I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it, but what I'm saying is it's not something that should be automatically eliminated just because you're in a relationship. You know, because truth be told, exes, frenemies, whatever, you never know what a conversation with somebody could do to change that person's life.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm not going to put her business out there, but the reason I say that I never turn my phone off to this particular ex, because she is suicidal. She has attempted and contemplated multiple times of suicide. So you never know what, regardless of the circumstances behind it, you never know what a simple phone call, a simple conversation, or anything could do to change the direction of somebody's life. Now, before I let you go on, I know you gearing up.
Yep.
I just want to address, when I say that last statement, I want to address the people out there who, who say that, well, how they feel or what they do shouldn't matter. Like, they just need to govern their own feelings. Like I govern my own. I respect my relationship and blah, 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 whatever. To those people, I want you to message me. I want you to message me, comment, pull up. I'll give you my address, my job location, everything. Pull up and let me know. If you can seriously look at yourself in the mirror each day and tell yourself that, damn, somebody tried to or took their own life because of me, and I'm okay with that. If you can do that to me, I will shake your hand first off, and I will tell you to never darken my presence again. I'm done.
You mentioned a couple of times about won't go somewhere with you without my significant other. Caitlin spoke to this in her comment. Part of her comments, I'll just read the part of it that pertains to this. She said she had a serious ex text her recently saying, that he had moved back to, their hometown. Wanted to have lunch next time with her. And I thought to myself, what if my current partner's ex asked this? So, excuse me. To me, that reads as you're already automatically assuming that this ex is hitting you up for nefarious purposes. Mm-hmm. Now, I wasn't a part of the conversation, so I don't know if he said something to lead Caitlin to believe that there were nefarious purposes, or maybe he wanted to try and get some when they was around each other, and that's, whatever. Far too often, we just assume these kind of things that, if exes are hanging out, well, they must be about to go, smash somewhere, or they must be talking about getting back together. I even had this conversation with a couple buddies at work, because it was literally told to me, well, Chris, look at the movies where, the high school, because I was talking about, a high school sweetheart, who I'm still friends with. Okay, well, look at the movies, the high school sweethearts come back together and they fall in love and they realize that they're all they needed all along. That's Hollywood, bruh. Well, but it's based on true things that happen. Okay, sure. Has it happened before in reality? Absolutely. It'll probably happen again. Doesn't mean it's the case with me. It's a case-by-case basis.
I mean, money will bring anybody around.
I mean, you have got to understand it really is about trust. Because if you're feeling like your significant other can't hang out with their ex, you already have lost the trust battle. They should be able to hang out in a room full of strippers and you be comfortable, be able to sleep at night knowing they won't make a move.
Yeah.
That is trust. That is what you need to have. That's how people end up 80, 90 years old and still with the same person. Not because they pestered them or whatever, and it just didn't trust them.
Now, I'm just going to kind of leave an open-ended question, but I found that the rest of Caitlin's comment was intriguing. Mm-hmm. If I may?
You may.
You said, what if my current partner's ex asks this? Would I be uncomfortable? If yes, I'm not doing it. Agree. If no, I'll ask my current partner about it, and if they're uncomfortable, even if it feels like they shouldn't be, I'm still not doing it. Mm-hmm. All makes sense. But as an open-ended question, what I want to know from anybody who wants to comment below, what if they said yes?
Ooh.
What if they said, that's fine? What if they said, yeah, babe, sure, go have lunch, enjoy yourself, whatever. 9 times out of 10, the thought process is going to be, oh, well, they must not give a fuck about me, blah, 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 blah.
Why didn't they invite me?
Why didn't, I mean from the aspect of, let's say you and your girlfriend. You asked your girlfriend, if your ex text you and say, hey, I'm in town, you want to get lunch or whatever. You ask your girlfriend said, yeah. You know, 9 times out of 10, and you can correct me if I'm wrong because you're here, you'd be like, well, why don't you care? She must not give a fuck then. You know, she must not give a shit. So I'm gonna just go out here and I'm gonna go and do, whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, but rarely do we see the other side of that coin where it's like, well, damn, this person loves and trusts me enough to be without them for a few hours, whatever, with an ex, anybody. Mm-hmm. Let me live up to that standard that they have of me.
And show them that I can be trusted.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
Instead, we do so much what I think is talking ourselves into bullshit. Because that situation could have gone a whole other way. Well, why doesn't she care?
Yeah.
She must be cheating on me.
Yeah.
Oh, now I don't want to go. I want to sit here and see what
I want to sit here and watch her and see what the fuck she gonna do if I'm not here or whatever.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna make her think I'm leaving, but let me pull up 2 minutes later because I left something in the house. You know,
you already lost the trust battle.
I'm telling you, like, again, that to me is a test of your relationship. Now, again, if you and yourself feel like you wouldn't be in that situation or you wouldn't do it or whatever, again, I understand if you wouldn't do it. I understand if you feel like if your significant other did it, then you wouldn't do it. But no one understand that even in a relationship, you know, or anything like that, you are still an individual. Not all of your individual beliefs need to be reflected on your significant other. Mm-hmm. Not all of your individual standards need to be reflected on your significant other. If they do, then you should have probably made sure that your significant other held your same beliefs and your same standards before you called them your significant other. But we not talking about that. We already knee deep in it now. So, with that being said, don't think that just because you wouldn't do something, that it wouldn't be okay for your significant other not to do it. I'll elaborate a little more on that point in another podcast topic in the future.
Jennifer says that she agrees and thinks it depends on the couple. If, for example, it was a toxic relationship, then no, you shouldn't hold on to that. I got some stuff to say about that too.
I can agree with that.
But if the split was mutual and both people can be mature adults, then it can be possible. Let's talk about toxicity. So, I'm not scared to admit it. I wasn't always this person. I had dark days where I can admit I was a toxic person to be with. Mm-hmm. And I had a very...
That's you getting rid of some of that toxicity right now.
Yeah, still coughing up a little bit of that.
Yeah. Woo. God's still working. He ain't good with you.
I think I need some hot eucalyptus tea. To get rid of the
Yeah, okay.
But you see how I did that? Yeah. But I was a toxic person to be with, and me and that ex are now good friends. Oh, it took some time, player. It took some time, but it happened. So even toxicity can be fought through, because I don't think I'm that special where I get that kind of preferential treatment to where, oh, I'm the only one that can, be friends with somebody even after a toxic relationship. Nah, I ain't that special, but I'm good, but I ain't that damn good.
Yeah, and let me just kind of say something that might either be to your point or against it, but we'll have words. In that aspect, I'm just going to speak for myself in this, but I'm not saying that you need to work toward having a friendship with your ex. Mm-hmm. If you're in another relationship or whatever the case may be. In general, in or out of a relationship. I'm not saying you need to work toward it. If you broke up for a reason.
Right.
Whatever it may be. And now if down the road you decide, well, hey, you want to be friends or whatever, years later, I'm not saying you have to put in legitimate effort to to have a friendship with somebody. What I'm saying is that if the opportunity arises that this person has changed from the person that they were, and you can see it and feel it in your gut, because always trust your gut at the end of the day. Like, if you can see and feel inside of you that, hey, this person has changed or this person's not the same person, whatever, then don't be closed-minded to the idea of at least being their friend just because they are your ex. Because they were a person at one point whom you could not maintain a relationship with. Then time went on, they've changed, you noticed the change. Now you treat them like a brand new person. You know, that's where a lot of the problems, unnecessary, underlying, behind closed doors, secret problems come in with people. And I'm not ashamed to say it, especially me. I know everybody watching right now, which, let me pause the whole thing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to what we got going on. But everybody watching right now knows that I am far from perfect. I've never been the ideal person for anything. They didn't think I could maintain a relationship. They didn't think I could maintain being a father. They didn't think I could maintain being a student. They didn't think I can get the jobs I can get or get the degrees I have. I've always been that counted out underdog person. So that way, from the people who saw me during those struggles and during those growing pains and stuff like that, where I admit I might have did some people dirty. I might have talked some people the way I shouldn't have talked to them. I might have, treated some people the way I shouldn't have treated them and things like that. It's no excuse for it. It happened. If you can forgive me, thank you. If not, I understand. But they know I have not been a perfect person. But the thing about it is, the people who really, really, really rock with me, like you, for example, because we have been through some shit ourselves in our friendship.
Oh, yeah.
We have been through hell, high water multiple times. And yet here we are. Because I've seen the growth in you and you've seen the growth in me. And see, those types of people, the people who don't see it or don't want to see it or want to carry that baggage around of the past and everything like that, they're only going to see you one way. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's why your significant other only sees your ex as one way, because that's all they are, is an ex. Like that's just somebody you used to date. I don't know nothing about it. Did he abuse you? Did he disrespect you? Did he treat you like gold and it just wasn't enough for you? What? Like, they only know, oh, that's somebody you dated. And now they have their insecurities come in. Because again, you can call it respect, disrespect, whatever the case may be. I will put it this way. The people, and get mad or get glad or get the fuck going, I don't care. The people who say that it is disrespectful to your relationship to be friends with anybody, more specifically to this topic, an ex, that is solely because you are insecure with either yourself or your relationship. That's a you issue that you don't need to reflect on your significant other.
Or anybody else. You got to deal with that within your own soul.
Amen, amen.
I love it. Ooh. Pure water.
I ain't here to mix words. You told me we was unbounded.
We are. We stay unbounded.
But that's it. Like, you just insecure about yourself or your relationship. Either way, that's something that you need to address. You need to have some alone time with you or some alone time with your relationship. You need to have scratch that. You need to have some alone time with you. Because and any man, woman, or child who can fix someone else's insecurities, please comment and let me know. Because I want to visit you personally. Yeah, you have to, those are things that you have to deal with. Like, those are things that you have to do, whatever's whatever. But don't take somebody's past on them just because of a past title and say, oh, we can't redefine this title. We can't be friends. I used to date you. What if by chance that person was the person you were meant to be with, and they just had to go through some growing. They had to go through some growing in order to get to that
exactly
level. Or
how many times has that happened in movies?
I can name the movies off it happened. We'll talk later. What if that person introduces you to the person that you were meant to be with solely on the basis of being your friend? Like, it's a lot of different things. I'm not saying just exit out altogether. I'm saying look for the change. If you see the change, then open your mind to the idea that maybe this is somebody who could be a valuable friend. Mm-hmm. You got it. I'm done.
Hey, I like it. The conversation continues in the comments below. Let us know what you think. And as always, sponsored by J. Johnson Value Auto Care and Drinking Days Custom Homebrewed Boost.
Get you some!
Yes!
Oh! Get you some, boy. They ain't take me.
They hit you right here in your soul. Just tell you go,
better than sex.
Yeah.
Better than sex.
And not many things better than that.
Especially not y'all haters out there.
Yeah, there it is. Thanks for watching. I'm going to let you do it.
Oh, well, thanks for watching again. This is the Unbounded Podcast. Your host, Christopher Allen. Special guest, moi. And we shall see you next time.